Well, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Hello, it is John. It is WrestleScope Live, and we've got the show for you tonight. We're not going to have any background audio from any shows because a certain social media outlet doesn't like that. Yep, that's right. John got dinged last night on a social media outlet because of, as it was called, copyright restrictions, even though I was not actually showing or airing actual audio or video from a copyrighted show. I still got dinged for a copyright violation on that. So we're going to be working details out before we do our next live watch along. But good evening, everybody. As always, please make sure wherever you are watching, if it's on Facebook Live, if it's on Twitch, if it's on YouTube, if it's on TikTok, that you subscribe, that you like the channel, and if there's an opportunity for a notification, please hit the notification bell. Would greatly appreciate it. All right, we've got just a couple of bits of news to talk about today. I want to talk about, excuse me, I do want to talk about, hang on a second here. I have to update something real quick. Okay, so here we go. A couple of reports came out today. We know you saw it from the icon that I had on the live stream announcement that there are potentially some more surprises coming for the WWE Hall of Fame. Last night, we saw it confirmed that Queen Sharmell was announced for the Hall of Fame, and the report came out today that she will be inducted by her husband, Booker T. And there's been a lot of back and forth online about does Sharmell deserve to go in? We're not going to get into that, okay? So as of right now, we have confirmed The Undertaker, Vader, and now Queen Sharmell. The big rumor that has been flying around for the last couple of weeks, and it's really starting to pick up steam now, is the Steiner brothers. Steiner brothers potentially going into the WWE Hall of Fame. I had addressed a couple of days ago the report that came out that it was going to be Rick Steiner, and I even said, Rick Steiner can't go in by himself. No offense to Rick Steiner, but there's just not enough solo video footage of him to be able to go in by himself. Unless you go deep into the old NWA WCW library and you look at some of the stuff that he did prior to teaming with his brother. There was some stuff after the breakup, after Scott Steiner decided to align himself with the NWO. There was some there. I do not believe there is anything at all or very little from the WWF/WWE. Their first WWF run, there may be a few singles things in there, but again, Rick and Scott were primarily a tag team, and after WWE bought WCW, I don't think Rick came over as part of the deal. I think he either didn't have an existing contract with AOL Time Warner at the time, or he actually opted to sit out the contract. I'm not 100% sure. But now that Rick Steiner's son, Braun Breaker, is becoming a breakout star, pun intended, within NXT and could potentially be getting a call-up very soon to the main roster, it kind of does make sense. And we did see Rick Steiner the night that Braun Breaker did win the NXT championship. He was there in the ring with him celebrating. Now, it has been very public and very well known that Scott Steiner has a lot of bad blood towards the WWE, primarily towards Triple H. And it goes back to his last WWE run and things that happened there when Triple H was the WWE champion. Steiner came in and they had an absolutely abysmal feud. It was terrible. And not going to say whose fault it was, but it wasn't a very good feud, quite honestly. And Scott Steiner has been very outspoken against the WWE ever since then. He has been outspoken about the Hall of Fame. But anything is possible. I mean, we have seen the likes of the Ultimate Warrior coming back to the WWE. and going into the Hall of Fame. We have seen Randy Savage's family come to terms with things, and him going into the WWE Hall of Fame. So anything is possible at this point in time. There have been a couple of other rumors that have been floating around. Nothing that has really been with any credibility. One is Sid, and that's another one. I don't think that one's going to happen anytime soon. And the other one, which has been talked about for a couple of years now, is Dave Bautista. And for whatever reason, Bautista hasn't happened yet. And I don't know if part of that has to do with filming schedules, because he is very busy with movies in Hollywood. And he may not want to go in and be overshadowed by The Undertaker. He may want to be one that goes in maybe as a headliner of the 2023 Hall of Fame. We shall see. I get the feeling we're going to get a couple of more announcements here in the next couple of weeks, because, you know, WWE hasn't even finished announcing the entire card for WrestleMania as of yet. But one of the things that we need to make sure as a WrestleScope family here, and, well, Brandon, hey, great to, I also have an April birthday coming up as well, sir. All right, if you're seeing this on Twitch, on YouTube, and Facebook Live, we have the hashtag Crusher for WWE HOF, the legendary Crusher for the WWE Hall of Fame. It is a travesty that he is not in yet, even as a legend. Okay, let him be part of the Legends wing. Why that man is not in the WWE Hall of Fame yet, I don't know. We need to make it happen. We need to get this to go. We've still got time for this year. I think what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to make a point in the next day or two. I am going to have to film some videos at the legendary Crusher statue in South Milwaukee, Wisconsin, to see if we can get this going. Because the Crusher deserves to be in the WWE Hall of Fame, and the fact that he is not is an absolute travesty. So I'm going to keep that hashtag up on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook Live. And yes, Dean, Crusher should have been in a long time ago. That is correct. All right, let's continue on talking here. This is going to be a short show this evening. Let's talk about Cody Rhodes. All right. So for those of you that were with me for the watch along last night, we sat there, we talked about it for 3 hours, and Cody never showed up. Does that mean he has not come to terms with the deal with the WWE? Does that mean that there are not plans in place for him in WWE? Everybody's kind of thrown their hands up, but I did end up finding a new report that came out. It came out yesterday, actually. I don't know what time. Let me take a look and see. It doesn't give a timestamp, but it did come out yesterday from Slice Wrestling. Now, I had just heard about this wrestling website earlier today from another wrestling YouTube account. And he swears by this person here. Not a ton of content on their page right now, but some halfway decent things on here. And what it says, and I'm going to read verbatim from the report here. Vince McMahon makes a final offer to Cody Rhodes with a massive multi-million-dollar contract deal, including championship titles, strong in-ring character plans, and a Hollywood movie, reality TV incentives. Now, keep in mind, WWE has strong ties with NBC Universal, which is, NBC, USA Network, everything that they have involved, Peacock Network, and Fox Television, which has a lot of pull as well in the world. So here's the report from Slice Wrestling. Vince McMahon has pulled out all the stops to get Cody Rhodes to sign his WWE contract ahead of WrestleMania, sources close to the situation have told Slice Wrestling. Cody Rhodes and AEW formally went their separate ways in January of this year after contract negotiations did not get finalized and the two sides parted ways. WWE initially offered Cody Rhodes a very lucrative deal, but Cody was still undecided as of last week. with the WWE Creative Department WrestleMania storyline cutoff date coming this week, okay, take that for what it's worth, Vince McMahon has given Cody Rhodes one last massive final offer pitch to sign with WWE. The multi-million-dollar deal would see Cody Rhodes become one of the highest-paid WWE superstars currently on the roster, only behind Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar, Becky Lynch, AJ Styles, and Seth Rollins. All right, that's some big names right there. Would Cody have an issue being paid less than Becky Lynch? I don't know. The deal also includes WWE title championship reigns, which would include the WWE World Championship in 2023, so next year, and United States Intercontinental and Tag Team Championships. So that goes back to something I had talked about yesterday, that Cody would come in, get somewhat of a push. This was just my opinion, and all of a sudden get shoved down the card, because you see right now what the United States Intercontinental and Tag Team Championships look like, with the exception of the SmackDown Championship because of the Usos, the Bloodline, Roman Reigns. Everything else has been shifted pretty heavily down the card. These WWE Championship programs would ensure that Cody Rhodes would remain relevant in the WWE Universe. Okay, take it for what it's worth. And Vince McMahon has made it clear to Cody that his character would be treated differently this time around, and he would not drift off into mid-card obscurity like so many WWE superstars end up doing. But I go back to saying, United States Championship, Intercontinental Championship, kind of that mid-card obscurity. The main hurdle for Cody Rhodes to sign back with WWE was his concern of how his character would be treated. And again, you know, myself, along with others, have been very vocal about this, how, you know, red flags should be going up all over the place. Continuing on with the Slice Wrestling report, other in-contract incentives would include Hollywood movie access in the event he would want to venture into making movies, and also reality TV opportunities. Again, that's where they have partnership with NBC Universal, with Peacock, with Fox, all come into play. Vince McMahon has made it clear to Cody Rhodes that with connections with Hollywood, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, $7 Productions, and deals already in place with NBC Universal, Fox, Peacock, and E!, which is owned by NBC Universal, there are limitless opportunities for Cody to become a household mainstream name. Now I'm going to bring up something big here that's not being mentioned, but let me finish out this report from Slice Wrestling. Vince McMahon has used all of Cody Rhodes' desires to sweeten the deal, and all that remains is the signature. Cody already has had meetings with Vince McMahon virtually, not face-to-face. One last conference video call is scheduled to possibly finalize the deal and any other finer details. Again, this report came out yesterday, I am assuming prior to Raw. It should be noted that at the time of this report, no official contract has been signed, and the WWE Cody deal is still being negotiated. Vince is hoping to finalize the deal in time for Monday Night Raw this week. Well, obviously it didn't happen. And WWE is requesting an answer for Cody Rhodes soon to prepare for WrestleMania storylines in the next few weeks. Now, this is the only place that I have seen this much detail put into a report. So, does Slice Wrestling have a really good inside contact in WWE? Or are they just making up a bunch of stuff at this point in time? I can't say. But the couple of things I find interesting, one is the detail on title reigns, title championships, and at the WWE World Championship. Now, which title is this? Is this going to be the unified title that the winner of Brock and Roman wins at WrestleMania? Or is this going to be the new title on Raw? Who knows? But that's not until 2023. We're only going to be in April. So you've got 3/4 of the year still, and Cody Rhodes will not get a championship run, at least a main championship run, until next year. Also look at, talks about the United States Intercontinental Tag Team Championships, Grand Slam champion right there. But did you notice what was missing in this report? What was the big thing missing in this report. Absolutely no mention of his wife, Brandy. WWE is negotiating right now with Cody Rhodes. They are not negotiating with Cody and Brandy. Now, Brandy is busy with her own things. She is busy with, trying to continue to build the brand of the Rhodes family and build the Brandy brand, as it were. There is nothing in this story about Brandy Rhodes. Now, I take all of this with a grain of salt because, again, Slice Wrestling, again, I have not heard of this organization prior to today. And that doesn't mean that they're not credible, okay? I am not that interconnected, but I figure with the amount of wrestling news people that I follow and I watch, that this is the very first time that this one has popped up. And it popped up on a YouTube account that, again, was suggested to me. It was not one that I was following. I was not aware of. So, again, take all of this with a grain of salt, okay? But is it too late? They want him. They want Cody at WrestleMania. Is it too late to build something good now? Obviously, the reports have been Cody versus Seth Rollins. You've got 2 Raws left. You have 2 Monday Night Raws left. You're not going to pull the trigger on the go-home Raw before WrestleMania. You've got to have some build. They dropped the ball with a perfect opportunity to have him show up in Jacksonville, Florida, the spiritual home, the actual home of All Elite Wrestling. Why wasn't... I'm assuming a deal was not signed because a report would have come out from somewhere in the last 24 hours. Cody has signed. Are they able to hide this enough? Keep this away from everybody that he could just show up? Dano, Cody will show up the night of WrestleMania. If that happens, that is a huge mistake by the WWE. If you've got the guy, one of the guys that was the big factor in the creation of your biggest competitor that just walked away from them, and you don't pre-promote that he's going to be at your biggest event of the year, absolutely stupid. Okay, Michael, I have not seen that video yet of Cody at the PC. There were rumors that he was going to be at the Performance Center in Orlando at some point in time. Again, this is one, if they're trying to make this a big surprise, you can't just have him show up at the Performance Center. You just can't. It doesn't make sense. So as of right now, I sit here and I have no inside knowledge of what's going on with Cody Rhodes. I only, I have the same resources that each and every one of you have. And that's the internet, and that's other reporters. But I have not seen anything of detail from the likes of Dave Meltzer, from Sean Ross Sapp and Fightful Select, from Sportskeeda, from Wrestle Talk, from Cultaholic, from any of them. Oh, Michael, no, he will not show up in that Stardust outfit. Absolutely not. I'm almost wondering if he is going to have built into his contract an out clause. If they, how much creative control is he going to have on his character? That's something we don't hear a ton about anymore, is creative control. And you would have to think that Cody would be up there with those upper echelon guys. The Roman Reigns, the Brock Lesnar's. I'd put him up in that stratosphere, when he was still wrestling The Undertaker, that he would have creative control, that this kind of stupid things would happen. Yeah, 2 weeks left to Build Mania. No, actually, they do have 9 matches announced right now. And you know what? Let's go ahead and get the details. Let's see. You know what? We're going to jump over to PW Torch real quick. I want to see if PW Torch has anything new. They have Dynamite preview, new partnership for this. NXT. Absolutely nothing on Cody. Oh yeah, one other thing I do want to talk about, and I didn't talk about it yesterday, and I want to get to this real quick. Former Ring of Honor Women's Champion Roxy has signed with the WWE. Fantastic young woman, great talent. I really hope she's not making a mistake. I really hope she's not making a mistake. I think she should apply her trade some more on the independents, on smaller companies, maybe work with Impact, AEW, continue to work with Ring of Honor, whatever. But she went for the big opportunity, and I'm worried what that means for her. She's going to go with the NXT roster, which means she's going to get some god awful name, something absolutely horrific. If they do to her what they did to good grief. See, I'm bad with names again. I am absolutely bad with names. The young lady that is Tesha Price, who is now Fallon Henley in NXT and made to look like she's as dumb as a box of rocks. Okay, I don't have confidence in what they're going to do with Roxy. I really don't. I don't have any confidence in WWE at this point with anything that they do with characters. I mean, good grief! You still look at what they've done with Piper Niven and what they're doing with Pete Dunne and so many others. It's just absolutely horrible. But what do I think about NXT? I still miss the black and gold brand. I really do. It reminded me a lot of, mid to late 80s NWA. I loved it. And now it's truly a developmental territory for WWE. And it's their way of just testing out a bunch of crap. Is really what it is. I mean, there's still some good things there, but not a lot. I don't know what kind of expectations I have for what's going to be moving forward. They are going to have Stand and Deliver in an arena on WrestleMania Saturday, earlier in the day. Unfortunately, I am probably going to end up missing Stand and Deliver. Roxy still needs to hone her skills. I mean, she's very good in the ring. She is very good. She's a much younger talent still, but they're going to bring her in, and she's probably going to be put in some absolutely horrific tag team or something stupid. I don't know. Let's see real quick. I just want to get back to the question here. If they have it listed on for WrestleMania. No, I don't want to do a survey. No, go away. Let's see. I'm trying to see here. Let's see shows. Let's go to shows. No. Premier show. The stupidest 2 nights in wrestling history. Dun, dun, dun. All right, here we go. Let's see if we have it. Yeah, see, the WWE website is awful. They don't even have previews. There we go. Previews. All right, here we go. This is what we have as of right now, confirmed by WWE for WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, winner-take-all championship unification match. SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey. Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair. Stone Cold Steve Austin confront Kevin Owens on the KO show. Edge versus AJ Styles. Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn. Dominic and Rey Mysterio against The Miz and Logan Paul. The WWE Women's Tag Team Championships is Zelina and Carmella defend against Sasha Banks and Naomi, against Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin. The SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos, taking on Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. And we got it confirmed last night. The Raw Tag Team Champions, Rated Arcade Bro, defending against the Street Profits and most likely Alpha Academy. So that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 matches over 2 nights with the, did I count that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 matches over 2 nights. And speculate at least 3 hours each night. Most likely going to have a battle royal to open the show on both Saturday and Sunday. Nothing announced for the... Oh, don't we have Finn Balor versus Damian Priest for the United States title? And nothing for the Intercontinental Championship. So that'll put us at 13. Both of those matches will probably be on the pre-show. So you're looking at 6, maybe 7 matches a night. They've got to add more in. I mean, there's got to be a lot of fluff garbage in there too. Yeah, no word on Cody yet. No word on Cody yet. So WrestleMania with 2.5 weeks left to go is really only 50, maybe 60% done. Nothing for Seth Rollins yet. What other big names are we missing in here that haven't been announced yet? Yeah, U.S. title, Priest versus Damian. And anything's possible with that Intercontinental Championship, the ladder match. They could set up for that. But let me ask you this. If they decided to do that, let's see if we can find let's see. Okay, let's take a look at the SmackDown Superstars. We have Angel Garza. Oh, see, they haven't updated this. They still have Cesaro listed. Angel Garza, Drew Gulak, Eric and Ivar, Humberto, Jinder Mahal, Mace, King Woods and Kofi, Mansoor, Mustafa Ali. We're probably going to end up with, well, it was supposed to be Ridge Holland, Sheamus, and Butch versus the New Day, but that's not going to happen now. We still could have, because Xavier Woods did return at a house show over the weekend, so we could still have Sheamus and Holland against Kofi and Woods. Let's see, we also have Shanky. Okay, so realistically, who could be in an Intercontinental Championship ladder match for SmackDown? Mansoor, Madcap Moss, Jinder Mahal, Los Lotharios, probably not, because they'll probably be, because the thing is, if you're going to have a 30-man battle royal or a 20-man battle royal, obviously you're going to bring a few guys in from NXT. We're going to have Raw and SmackDown talent, but that takes away guys from a ladder match. I really don't think an IC ladder match is going to happen. Ciampa or Breaker? Well, Breaker is going to end up most likely going one-on-one with Dolph Ziggler at Stand and Deliver. Tommaso Ciampa, I think he's going to be on the Raw brand. He'll probably be stuck in that Battle Royal. So the likelihood of an IC ladder match is pretty slim. But then again, too, who on earth are we going to get to challenge Ricochet? It's not going to be Sami Zayn. The guy they keep saying will make his debut. No, if you're going to have Cody be in this pay-per-view, he has got to have a marquee match. He cannot be, in a mid-card title match or a battle royal. So we shall see. Who knows? What about Veer? Veer's still coming. The port. Okay, this is going to be a bad joke, but I'm going to throw it out there. Veer Mahan has been coming so long that the porn industry is wanting to come after him. Kenny Omega, oh my goodness, no, Kenny Omega will not happen. That will not happen. Looking at the SmackDown roster, it's actually pretty sad. It really is. Well, I know that's his name. Yeah, it really is sad looking at the SmackDown roster, just how depleted it is right now. And it's got guys that, we haven't seen Mustafa Ali on television in almost 6 months. Mansoor dropped off the face of the planet. Again, Cesaro's not even under WWE contract anymore. Yeah. Could we please get, Ilya Dragunov, Noam Dar, and Mustache Mountain to show up from NXT UK? Nope, not going to be Gargano. Not going to be Johnny Wrestling. I'd love to see, who I would love to see, just as we wrap this up here, is Carmelo Hayes. Have Carmelo Hayes make a surprise appearance at WrestleMania. Man, he would light up a ladder match. Him and Ricochet in a ladder match together would be pretty freaking awesome. All right, I'm going to get going here, folks. That's all we've got for the news for today. Thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget, we have our big goal of, first of all, getting the Crusher into the WWE Hall of Fame, but also we have our big goal of getting to 100 followers on Twitch, 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and 10,000 followers on TikTok, all by April 25th. And if we can accomplish 2 of the 3, he's got stuff to do in progress? Really? I didn't know that. If we can hit 2 of those 3 goals by April 25th, I am going to do a 24-hour live stream sometime at the beginning of May. So, need your help, folks. Keep sharing things here. Would greatly appreciate it. Keep liking the channel. Keep liking the videos. Keep commenting. Keep sending in the likes. We had a ton of people in last night on the watch along. I thank you very much for that. So, I got to get going. If you're going to watch NXT tonight, enjoy it. Otherwise, watch AEW Dark or just take a break from wrestling tonight if you want. I'm John from WrestleScope TV. Thank you very much for tuning in. I will be back at some point in time tomorrow to talk about more in the world of professional wrestling. But have a great night, everybody. And again, the other thing, too, do not forget, please go to my link tree. That is where you can get connected with all of my different social media accounts. And hey, awesome. Yep. Would love to have the Last Fan Standing boys in there. May have to reach out to you guys about joining in. But anyways, again, go to the link tree. You can check out all my social media accounts there. Please check out my Amazon wish list too. We added in a whole bunch of Lucha masks, which Lucha masks are going to be making an appearance. My Twitch is WrestleScope. Okay. If you go into my bio, wherever I'm at, click on the link tree. You can see my channel there. I'm still working on my Twitch. Still working on that one. So have a great night, everybody. I will talk to you tomorrow. And let's be kind to people out there. Let's be nice. And remember, bad guys last forever.